Hello and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And welcome to another concert recap episode. Oh my God.
Yeah, this was a big one. I mean, we were talking about it before the show, but it was our first stadium concert.
Of any kind.
Of any
K-pop
kind.
or otherwise.
K-pop or otherwise, yeah. And it was the first girl group world tour that we had gotten the opportunity to see. Mm-hmm. So we were very excited.
Very, very excited. We went to the first show of the Twice Encore for their third world tour.
Fourth world tour called III.
Confusing.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it was posted everywhere. They said it so many times on all of the screens that it and I specifically remember thinking that's really silly. Why is that? But they did explain.
They explained it. So we went down. The show was at the Bank of California Stadium, which is where the LA professional soccer team plays.
That's what they
told me. It's outside. It has
it has
open
a
roof.
Half roof, yeah.
And when we got there were immediate thought. The first thing we noticed is how many people were wearing pink feathered cowboy hats.
Yeah, pink cowboy hats with the feathers all the way around the rim. And we started to keep count at the beginning, but we had made it not 10 minutes into the evening and had already counted at least 20. Mm-hmm. And then by the time we got to our seats and had a view of the floor, they were everywhere. My personal favorite was the family of three, where we saw the mother and the middle school age daughter and the elementary school age daughter. And they were all wearing matching pink from head to toe with pink feathered cowboy hats. And they looked fucking cute.
So cute. So
everyone looked so cute at this concert.
So cute.
Everyone looked so cute.
Overall, everyone looked so cute. And I feel the vast majority of K-pop concerts that I've gone to in my life are at least 70% black t-shirt and jeans on the crowd. No, not at this Twice concert.
Not at this Twice concert.
Everyone was dressed. There was a guy sitting behind us wearing an immaculate peach blazer, no shirt underneath, little chain.
It was a whole suit.
It was
had
a
the
whole
matching
suit.
Pants.
Yes, like a freaking idol, dressed.
Yeah.
And the shoes.
And the girls in their enormous platforms and so many cute, Clueless style, mini skirts and knee-high socks and chonky heels. And, everyone looked so cute. There was one guy in a lab coat because he was, a scientist. Get it?
Yes.
But, yeah, the, hello pink cowboy was the most, Twice cosplay it got. And then everybody else, I felt either tried to dress kind of themed one of their videos or something. I felt I got a lot of people that were dressed kind of scientisty, or they were dressed in
or
that
just wearing
pink. Yeah,
a lot of pink.
Anything in pink. A lot of really pretty frilly fluffy dresses.
Yeah. People looked like
great.
cupcake princesses. There was just so much good looks going around.
Yeah.
So we were...
I felt very underdressed.
Yeah. We looked cute, though. I think we looked cute.
Yeah, nice and comfy.
And we were up on what was technically a third section up in the back corner. So if there had been a soccer game, we would be in the corner by the goal side.
Yeah, because since it's a stadium, so the stage was the seats go all the way around, but they didn't use all of the seats. So the stage was on the field, and then the floor seats were on the field as well. And then so the first row of actual seats during a soccer game were underneath ours. Right. So in a regular soccer game, we would be on the second level, but because they had floor seats on the field, we were the third.
Yes. And it was I thought it was a very nice little vantage point. Yeah. And my first note that I wrote was that it was just so nice to be outside. I think that was one of the highlights of this concert it was just nice to be outside.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It was hot when we first got there, but the sun went down, thankfully.
Yeah. And I think that they had kind of waited for the sun to go down as well, because the show was originally the ticket said 7, and then the day of the concert, or like we noticed it said 7:30. And then when we got there like pretty early. We got there like a little before 7, I think. And the show didn't start until maybe like 7:50. Like they definitely didn't start at 7:30.
Yeah.
And it felt like they were waiting for the sun to go down.
I think that's right, because I wrote that at 7:40 nothing had happened, and then at 7:45 they played like a club version of the Feels to like get everybody all hyped.
Except I felt like it threw everybody off because everyone was ready to like sing along to the Feels, and then right when the chorus was supposed to start, it would be like boom, boom,
Right,
boom,
it
or
was
whatever,
like a
like turn
different
into the remix.
version.
And I heard like a few people in our section being like, what?
But then it opened with a like VCR where at first there was like a box labeled once and a key labeled twice, and it like unlocked the box, and then Twice was inside the box, and there were like anime versions of them, kind of,
but they had like pointy elf ears.
Yeah. And so it was just one of those like VCRs like showing everybody in the little cartoons, and then everyone scream when their favorite person came up and whatever.
Setting the scene.
So the first song, when Twice rose out of the floor, we started with the Feels.
Yeah, we did.
Just get it right out of the way. And they had like, it wasn't like a bar. It was just like a big, piece of the LED platform, but it was at like bar height, and it said like Twice on it. And so at the beginning, the first like whole first verse, they were just like leaning on it and passing this little like invitation between them, and they weren't like doing the choreo. They were like leaning on this little Twice table.
It almost looked like they were like sitting at a, like the Last Supper or something, like all
long
sitting
banquet table,
and they're all sitting on the same side of it. So we could only see like from their like waists up as they pass this envelope and kick it off. And the stage was kind of like it was a very long rectangular piece at the back, and then it had like a runway that came down into a little like square. So it wasn't really the shape of a capital I, but like kind of more like a T.
So then when they did come out from behind this bar, we got to see this first set of outfits. I loved all the outfits.
All the
Gotta
outfits
just
were
say
good.
right now, but
all the outfits were good.
These were like white tulle sparkly outfits of all varying kinds, and at least Jihyo, Jonghyun, and Chewie had like long skirts. Yeah. And like there was like shorts and skirts and like and just so many jewels, and they all like looked so different and sparkly and perfect.
Yeah, and Cheon had like feathery feathery sleeves. Yeah, there were a lot of really good feathers. And yeah, each one of them had like their own distinct like silhouette. And so many diamonds everywhere, just like every single outfit dripping in diamonds.
And Jihyo had really pretty like hollow hair tinsel in.
Yes.
And just this first part, like that it came off later in the show, I was amazed, because I feel like that's a pain in the ass to like put in. I didn't know you could take it out that easily. But anyway.
They must have just been little clip-ins or something.
But so pretty.
But yeah, she had like a great like straight across bob that looked perfect on her. Nayeon is blonde at the moment, which I didn't know she was blonde. Who else had good hair moments? Jonghyun's hair is blue. Yeah, they all looked beautiful.
So beautiful. Stunning. So the Feels took us right into Feel Special. Again, we're just hitting you over the head with the hits right at the beginning.
Yeah. And these first two songs, they like stayed in the back part of the stage, right? Because the back part of the stage had like 3 big LED screens and then a platform like
that
in
rose
the main,
up and down.
Yeah, that rose up and down. And so they started on the platform and then they like lowered down onto the main part of the stage, and that's where they did like the main part of the Feels choreography. And I know they moved to down the aisle to a certain point.
I wrote down when they walked.
Oh, okay,
down the
great.
catwalk.
So they're all still
yet.
down,
still in the back.
Still in the back. Okay.
And then our third song was Up All Night. Is that what the song is called? No. I don't want to.
Up No More?
Up No More.
Up No More.
Up No More. That was the third song. And that's a great song. I'm
Yeah.
just
Oh,
excited
such a
that
good
we
song.
did
That's
it.
one of my favorite songs off of that album. I believe Jihyo wrote the lyrics to that song.
That's what I understood
Mm-hmm.
as well. So then after Up No More, we got our group intro. They said hello to everybody. And then that took us into Queen, and they had canes,
Yes. Well, they
and they were
were.
a booty shaking.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was great. They had their little ment, and there was a translator.
Yes.
Ji Hyo started us off, and she spoke predominantly in Korean the whole evening. But
Mm-hmm.
then there would be like a, voice of God,
Mm-hmm.
like
Uh-huh.
translator that just like appeared at the end. But a few of them, Dahyun in particular, like had clearly practiced like several different English phrases, and they were like excited to be able to
Yes.
like say hello and welcome. And they said that the next song described twice.
Okay,
And
there we
that's how they
go.
got us into Queen.
Yeah, and they
With
had
their
canes.
canes. Yeah.
I didn't know that there was cane choreography. I was
I did
amazed.
not either. I'd never seen that one.
Okay, so after Queen was Fancy, and that's
That's
when they
when they
walked
walked down.
down for
Okay,
the
great.
first time to the middle stage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh no, another song we tried. Earlier we meant to check my notes for all of the song titles.
I
I found.
asked
I know. I just found
you.
another question mark. I didn't know. I have "Turn It Up, We Never Lose Our Vibes." Is that song
Oh,
called
it's just called Turn It Up,
Turn It
I
Up?
believe.
Okay. 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 So then, yeah,
Yeah.
after
I'm a
Fancy.
turning it up.
They
Yeah.
did turn it up, and some dancers appeared. Like 6 dancers joined them for
Yes.
this song, and I don't know if they'd come earlier, but that was the first time I
I think
noticed
there was
dancers.
a point where they had come out earlier, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, they didn't use a lot of backup dancers. It was usually, I think, just the 9 of them.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay. After Turn It Up was a VCR that I missed so that I could go potty.
Oh, that was the VCR that was just them in like different colored rooms, and each one of them were going to make something for twice. Because when did you take notes on when, like, what they said in their ments? Because there was a point where they had Jihyo asked, who did she ask to explain? Was it Dahyun that had to explain the meaning of the
No,
twice
that's
name?
later, and
Okay.
Chewie does it, and I have it
Chewie
written
does
down.
it. Okay, great.
This was not
I'm
yet.
getting ahead of myself.
It's okay. It's okay. It was a really long concert.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
It was
this
a
was
really
the
long concert. Wait, we also like dove directly into the recap. Do we need to give any context as far as like demographics of the crowd or like us being there? I don't know. Full disclosure, y'all, we're so tired
I'm
right now.
so
Our brains are
tired.
like melted. It was such a good, phenomenal show.
It was a fun time.
But it was also really long. Like, it was like a 3-hour concert, and I think that's the longest one we've seen.
Probably. And also, like, we had dance class in the morning, and like, I don't know, we had a really, really long day.
It was a long day.
So I feel melted.
I feel melted. And I'm like trying to remember everything.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But
my brain is mushy. Okay, we talked about the stadium. It was big. I'd never been to a place like that before. Everyone was well dressed, but there was a wide variety of like groups of people. Because like the girls sitting next to us were like preteens, but then there was like a group sitting behind us that had like a dad in it and like a mom or something.
Yeah, and there were just like some college boys like all in a row behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there were maybe more boys at this show than are usually at shows we go to.
Sure.
But not overwhelmingly so.
It definitely, like, when the crowd screamed, it still sounded like women, but this is for sure the show with the most boys, I would say, because otherwise we've seen like Super M and 17.
Yeah.
And those are predominantly female audiences.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
For sure.
I didn't hear much of the screams. Here's their recommendation. If you go to concerts a lot and you care about your hearing and don't want to lose it, I got some earplugs that are called Eargasm earplugs, Eargasm high fidelity earplugs. You can get them on Amazon or wherever. And I got to wear them for the show last night for the first time at something that big. And they like really beautifully filtered. Like I heard the whole show, I could hear it, but like it was not like deafening. And they work better than just like plain old foam earplugs for that. So I don't know if anyone needs an earplug recommendation. They worked really good for me last night, and it was nice. They're like at one point I like pulled them out just to hear, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so loud!"
Yeah. One thing I noticed throughout the whole concert, because obviously the girls were singing live the whole time, and they sounded great, but I noticed that most of them, anytime they had to like sing a line, they always had an ear to one of their in-ears because it was so loud there that even with their in-ears on, they like couldn't really hear the music. Sure. That's my assumption, just based on the fact that they like usually had a hand to their ear, because they don't often do that. It's not like like Christina always sings like that, but they don't like always have their hand to their ear when they perform. I noticed that many of them did. Yeah. Because it was so freaking loud there, because you looked it up. There was 22,000 seats in the stadium, and definitely not all, well, because they didn't use all of the stadium seats. Like some sections were closed off, and also it was sold out, but there were empty seats. Like half of our row was totally empty. But it also was how many
people are on the floor. I was also thinking, because if they didn't use a section of seats.
Oh, but you're like, right. But
at a soccer game, people don't sit on the floor.
So maybe it was the same. Maybe it was the same amount of seats.
I don't know.
Regardless, it was a big fucking crowd.
It was a big fucking crowd. So back into the show after this potty break, little Twice in Boxes VCR. I sent you to get more beers.
Yeah. Well, while you were gone, the VCR was them like making something for Twice. Oh, this is why because I asked. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you're following the thread of this recap. Because this is why I had asked if they'd already explained the name of the thing. This is the only VCR that you missed, right?
I think so.
Because I remember like specifically like being like, you have to pay attention to this one because Shannon's not here to take notes. So it was them in different colored rooms, and they were making something for once. Okay. So like Nayeon was making like a little domino sculpture, and Jonghyun was like doing like graffiti spray paint of the like Roman numeral 2, and Momo was like baking a pot or decorating a cake or something, and then Mina was just like turning TVs on and smiling and looking pretty at the camera. Some of them were not doing
much
things so much as they were just like being beautiful in a room. And the outfits that they wore in the VCRs, they wear for all of the VCRs. Like they obviously just like came to the studio and shot them all at once. Yeah. But they were wearing like different denim outfits, and Jihyo had like a beautiful like white sweater, and they all looked so gorgeous.
So then
but they had all had very different hairs. So they were obviously like filmed a long time ago.
Okay, so then after that, like after the VCR, like the whole stage was like red, and like the part where they had been up on the platform before, and where they had been on the platform at the beginning of the concert, like the wall was closed, and then it like opened very slowly, and then Twice and all of the dancers were on like 7 rows of bleachers, like superhero stance, just like powerful. As the like door opened, and they made like a whole big they made a whole meal of it. And they did shot clock. Yes. And these outfits were to die for. These black outfits.
Oh my god, these are like the best tour outfits of anyone I've ever seen, and they follow the like general tour motif of like everyone needs an outfit that is a black structured jacket or like black structure of some kind that's just covered in diamonds. Like it's a staple of all concert tours that we've seen. Yeah. Literally all of them have them. But these are the best ones we've ever seen. Like, oh my God, because they had diamond fringe.
Diamond fringe.
Every single one of them had some kind of incredible fringe touch. Momo had fringe gloves on.
Beautiful.
They were so lovely. Oh, they were so great.
These
And
outfits
they were
great.
just like scattered with rhinestones. I can't talk enough about how great these outfits were. They were all very good.
They were very, very good. Then they did Get Loud.
Uh-huh.
And then they did Can't Stop Me.
Yes, so this was like the like high powered like adrenaline pumping part of the concert, I guess. And like the lighting of the screens and stuff was all like red and black, and they had a lot of pyrotechnics in this section.
Okay, so this was like, then they stopped after Can't Stop Me to like do some Ment time. And the note that I wrote down, and please clear this up, any onces that are listening, we would love to know the origin of this chant that the crowd was doing anytime it was Dion's time to talk. They would all go, hoo, 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 hoo.
Yeah.
At least that's what it sounded like.
Yes. Yeah, it would go from like, yeah, and then the crowd would just all of a sudden all drop into hoo, 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 hoo. And it was so bizarre, and it happened so many times.
Yes.
Like even sometimes after a performance, like they would like people would scream, and then it would just like slowly devolve into that slow, low hooting. And what is that?
I don't know.
I don't know, but she loved it.
She
ate it up. She reminded me of she was like the like Hoshi, like getting everybody to like chant things or whatever.
Right.
She was like working that crowd.
Absolutely.
And loving every second of it. She was great. So cute.
So cute. So during this Ment, Chewie said that she wanted, I want you to like it, is one of the things that she said. And then another thing that I wrote down that I just, because at this point, like the sun was fully down and it was dark, I thought it was very strange or interesting that the candy bongs weren't synced.
Yes.
I have not been to a K-pop concert in a very long time where light sticks are not synced. So it was just very strange to see this whole stadium of light sticks and everyone had them on different colors and they were not flashing or they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're like not, if JYP doesn't do syncables, but I think they do. I don't know. That was just interesting to me that they didn't do anything with the light sticks. This is when Dion said she needed to hear our beautiful voice and energy and made everyone scream and did like lower level scream. Did all that. Like,
and then she also
scream.
And that's when she did the when I say twice, you say, or when I say once, you say twice. Once. Twice.
Then I wrote down Nyan time. I think that maybe Nyan just announced her Ment as like, it's Nyan time.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I think the camera just like went to her. And she just like posed for the camera and like smiled cheekily for a little while. And then she said hello. I don't remember her talking for a very long time though.
But she did tell us that we needed to help them start the next song. Can you spell the next song?
Yes, that's right.
Which
she said, I remember. She said that she wanted to hear us say it. And then we did. We like chanted the ESPRESSO. That's who I am. And she was not satisfied with it. She like crossed her arms and pouted at the camera and was like, I don't think that I liked that. I need you to do it again. She was like, are you actually ready this time? And then we did it again. And she was like, okay, I'm satisfied. And then we got espresso.
And for espresso, I wrote that at the end of it, they walked back to the main stage because maybe at some point they had gone out into the middle.
I think they came out to the middle when they did Can't Stop Me.
Okay.
And then they did their Ment from the middle part.
Yes,
because when they first introduced themselves... Oh, no, they did their first Ment down there, too, because they came forward for Fancy, during Fancy.
Yes.
When they were still in their white outfits. So, yeah, now they're coming in, and they're in their black outfits, and they do their talk again in the middle. I think most of the times that they addressed the crowd, they were in the middle of it.
So then after espresso, they did Icon. And my only note for this one is damn Nyan thigh straps. Because she was wearing like a gun holster on like one of her legs. And it was like, oh, so spicy.
Yeah, and I feel like that choreo had a lot of like deep squats and stuff, like things that draw attention to the thigh. And like, you know, that move where you like drop and then you swivel.
Yes.
And then you hit it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. And then the next song was Cry For Me. And my note was Jihyo really belts this shit.
Oh my God.
Because she did. She really did.
She really did. It was great. I love Cry For Me. I was so glad that they did it. I just like that. The part of the chorus where they like do 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 do, and they do the little like pas de bourrées, and they're so powerful. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that was great. And then it was VCR time again.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and this
time to
VCR
change the outfit
again. And this VCR was all just like heart based. It was like their shirt had a heart pocket, and then it would zoom into that heart, and then there was a heart in a toast, and then there was a heart. Like it was just a lot of heart.
Someone had like a heart like with a light or something, and they put it on. Yeah.
So then after that, they came out for Scientist in these like little shiny pastel outfits, and I like could have sworn that I'd seen that like, oh, these are comeback outfits, or like I've seen them before, but I think like after doing searching all morning, I think that these are just tour outfits and that I saw pictures from the shows a couple of months ago, and that's why they felt familiar. But like they're all different like shiny satin pastel stuff, and like some people are really tiny, and then other people have like full dresses on.
Yeah, and they're all kind of like, they're like a mixture between like a Barbie prom / bathing suit outfit, I guess, because like a lot of them were strapless, and they would have like separate little sleeves, like off the shoulder sleeves, but they're not attached to the little like corsety crop top piece, or like they had like high-waisted like teeny booty shorts and like a ruffle on the side. A lot of big like bows.
Mo had gloves like on and like every single
stage. Yeah, she did. And of course Taeyeon always had her sleeves on.
Yeah.
She always had long sleeves. She let one little peak of a tattoo on her shoulder peek out every once in a while, but that was the only one.
After Scientist, they did Real You.
Yes.
And for this part, they had set like cameras at the corners of all of the stages. So in little pairs, they all just kind of walked straight up to one of those cameras and was like mugging, singing directly into the camera, and that's what they were putting up on the like big screens. So this was like an exclusively mug for the camera song.
Yeah, it was very cute. I thought that was a good idea. I feel like the other times that concerts have had those moments, it's usually like a self cam.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I thought it was a cute idea to just have tripods set up, because they had like 4 of them, like 2 in the front middle part and then 2 in the like back larger stage. And like what a great easy idea to just have these tripods that the girls can just like mess around in front of. And like there were a few moments where they like turned those cameras on throughout the concert, and they were always cute. Really fun.
Really fun idea. So then after that, while they were mugging for the cameras, people came out and like there were mic stands placed upon the backstage, because then they did Dancing in the Moonlight, standing at all of their little mic stands, and it was so cute.
And the whole crowd, because Moonlight is all in English, and the whole crowd sang along like almost every single word to Moonlight, which was so lovely. Because like obviously the crowds were going crazy like throughout the whole time. Throughout the whole show. But every time they did a song that had like literally any word of English, the crowd was on it. Like we all knew every single spot of English that existed on that set list. And so then Moonlight came out and we were like, we prepared for this.
Yes.
And it was great.
And then when it ended, Daeyeon came on the screen and everyone again. And she was like, the moon is here. And like they could see the moon from where they were on stage, and it was like so bright. And then the cameraman like put the moon on the screen, and then everyone was just like excited about the moon.
Yeah, and that was really lovely. And because the girls had mentioned at some point, I don't know if it was before this or after this, or maybe at this time, they like mentioned that this was the first time they'd ever done a stadium concert, like outside. So then they were like, it was so nice to be able to sing Moonlight with all of you under the moonlight. And then we like all had a nice time looking at the moon together. And it was so sweet.
Yes. And this is when Sana explained the meaning of the concert being called III.
Oh, it was Sana, not Chewy?
It was Sana.
Okay, great.
That the love that she said, the love that once gives twice, and
That's
the love
one.
that twice gives once
And
is a
that's two.
perfect love.
And that's 3.
So that was the explanation, and it was very cute. And then Nyan was like, you guys should do let's do my rap from Moonlight again.
Oh, yes.
Like, you were all so good at it. Like, let's do it again.
Yeah. Oh, because she commented on the fact that everybody knew all of the words. She was surprised to hear the whole crowd sing along. And she said, you even knew every word to my part, which
And
is
it's hard
for me. Like, I want to hear you do it again. So she had the whole crowd do it.
So she had the whole crowd do it. And then after that, they did Cactus. And everyone was like, they all sat down, and the stage was covered in fog. And everyone in everyone in the stadium also sat down. We all use this as a sit down song.
Yes, because even the floor had seats. There was no standing room only pit at this show.
Right.
So because they had done, like you said, Moonlight behind the mic stands. So then they were like still like in their line in the backstage. So then when anytime they sat down, the whole crowd sat down too, which I thought was really funny and cute.
Then they did Rewind.
Yes, that's also a slower song. We were slowing down.
Yes. And then this part, I wrote lots of spotlight. I think maybe for this song, they were like,
oh yeah,
directly putting spotlights on whoever was singing, or like there was some kind of spotlight moment happening. Then it was Meant time again, and they say it's time to switch up the vibes.
Yeah, because they had come out so strong with Shot Clock, and then like after they chatted a little bit, then they like really slowed it down. Like we all sat down for at least 2 songs, and so then we had to pick it back up again.
So they picked it back up with What Is Love, and there was a confetti blast at like the moment of like, and like, it was very cool and very fun, and everybody was like doing the little question mark dance, and it was so fun.
Yeah, but they were kind of just like goofing around on that stage. They weren't like being super serious about the choreography. Like they would do like the chorus, but it was one of those like run around.
Yeah, I feel like this whole little chunk was like mostly run around instead of doing the choreo
and play
all the
with
way.
The tripod cameras.
Yeah, they did What Is Love, Knock Knock, and More and More. And they did like all of those up on the front stage, and there was a lot of messing around.
But also I just misspoke, and I said that I was like meshing 2 sections together because I forgot they were in their prom outfits for this.
It's okay.
I was thinking about Shot Clock, which was the black outfits.
But at this point I wrote down that it was 9:30 p.m.
Okay.
And I don't
We've
know.
Been going for like an hour and a half.
Somebody said, I don't know which person, but somebody said, it's not over till we say it's not over until it's over.
Oh, yes, because they said that after they did the little 3 songs where they were just like running around, because this was their 3rd outfit, so this is like their 3rd section of the show. And they said that they were getting to the last section of the show. Like they were about to start the last section of the show. And the crowd was kind of like, no. And they said, well, there's something we always say. I think it was Jihyo who said there's something we always say at every show. Like, should we say it now? And then I think it was Nyan that led us in the chant of it's not over till it's over. But I don't remember. But yeah, so they made us chant it's not over till it's over.
And then somebody said, next song is Ocean. Do you know Shark? Let's go. So then they did Dance the Night Away, but it was like a slightly different version. It had been changed a little bit. And the dancers came out in denim dresses to join them for this part. And then they did alcohol free, and I danced my glasses off. That's
Yes,
the only
you
note I
did.
had. As I was too excited and I whipped my glasses right off my face. But so many people in our section throughout the show were dropping glasses, phones, water bottles
Yeah.
on each other, and everybody was very helpful about returning
About getting them
items,
back.
which was very nice.
It's true. It's true.
So that was great. Alcohol free was great. And then they did Heart Shaker. Like, I don't know. This concert just kept compounding on
man,
itself
it was
with
great.
all the great
and
stuff.
This was a fun section too, because they did mostly in the middle part, like when because the 3 sections where they were just like playing around with the cameras, they were like running all around. But then Dance the Night Away and Heart Shaker, didn't they do those in the middle?
Probably. I might have
they did.
videos I can check, but
I think they did.
I think they did too. Okay, so then after Heart Shaker, it was
Alcohol free was definitely in the middle. I think they stayed in the middle part for a while. Sorry.
No, it's fine. That sounds right. Okay, after Heart Shaker, it was another like VCR time, but this was like an audience participation,
like
game.
a mission.
So it was like mission 1, like once in a lifetime mission to stay together with Twice. So they played Scientist, and on one side of the screen was like Twice dancing goofily, and then on the other side of the screen was like the cameraman was finding people in the audience. And then and then it would like show, like say something like dance like JYP or dance like you're like, I kept giving them like little missions of like you're annoyed, or like dance like you're stuck in trap, like I don't know.
Yeah,
they were giving them
different
things to dance around to, and there were like emojis that you were supposed to like clap at the right moments or whatever. Crowd participation moment here. Then I ran to go to the bathroom. And when I was coming back from the bathroom, there was this whole line of cops. They were just like standing on the edge, like looking out at the show, but they were all standing like completely fucking still and like standing the same way and just like watching the Twice concert seriously. And I was like, this is wild. Then it's unit stage time, and the stage turned into what?
When you came out, was it a VCR when you like came out of the bathroom and they were still doing some kind of like
okay.
It wasn't the group. It wasn't the girls. Okay.
I don't think so. I think they were still doing like audience camera stuff at that point. Because when I got back to my seat, the stage turned into like a road, like a car driving through the nighttime. And then when it opened up, pink Cadillac on the stage and the pink cowboy outfit that everyone was wearing, there it was. And the song was called Hello. And who were the 3? I didn't write down who the 3 were.
Nayeon, and Momo. So these are from the latest. Most of this concert was from the latest album, the Scientist Formula of Love one. And on that album, there's like 3 unit songs where they get together in little groups of 3. So this one is Hello.
My note for this one is like that I wrote, come on Chaeyoung, show the tats. Because maybe you or someone was saying that, or everyone wanted it.
Yeah, well, because she was wearing like a pink crop top and like high-waisted pink pants, and then she had like a cropped pink jacket, and she kept like purposefully taking one of the shoulders off, and that was the shoulder where you could just like see 2 little like dots or stars, and I screamed, show us your back tattoo. Yes. But she kept her jacket on.
And then after this song ended, a girl sitting behind us said very dramatically and exasperatedly, let me just die right now. And I wrote it down because it was very funny.
That's great. The 2 girls next to us, one of them was very, very passionate about screaming every time Jihyo did literally anything.
Then the next stage was 1, 2, 3. Is that what that song is called? Mm-hmm. And when they first came out, they were wearing like veils. And I wrote down that they looked like La Llorona, like
Yeah.
that scary
The
veil
ghost.
ghost. Because I was like, why
Yeah.
do they have these veils on? But then they had pretty sparkly gold outfits on underneath.
Yes. Oh, who is that? Wait, I know it's Jonghyun and is it Sana and Mina? Is it? Hold on, now I have to look it up. Oh, also it's 132, not 123.
Right. I knew
One
that.
three two. Yeah, I remember. Okay, it's Jonghyun, Mina, and Chewy.
Okay. And then they had during this dance, the like dancers came out with these like light plates on their hands.
Oh,
They had
yeah.
some kind of like crazy, like reflective light
Little circles
disc
on their
circles, and they did
hands.
like cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and they were like cool. So underneath their creepy veils, which they took off pretty quickly, like almost right away, because they started out and they were like under these veils in front of mic stands, and then they like dramatically whip them off, and they were wearing these like skin colored, like rhinestone encrusted, like cabaret dancer outfits or something. I don't know. They kind of looked like burlesque dancers, sort of just like dripping in like kind of flapper style, like rhinestones. And yeah, oh, and then there were like interesting parts where like the girls would get in a line, and then like there was a lot of hand choreography with the little like light up things. But this stage they like started out on the bottom, and then they ended up going onto the platform at some point, like in the back part of the stage.
okay.
They went on different levels.
All right. I was confused about before, or I got ahead of myself, because after this unit stage is when they did the random dance like a chicken, whatever.
Okay, I thought that there was
the
a
other
point...
one was just like lyrics and emojis or something. This one was a like
but also
dance.
I remembered you coming back during a song, and so you came back during Push and Pull. Push and Pull was the first unit stage, and Hello was the second one, because Push and Pull is Sana, Jihyo, and Dahyun.
There we
and
go.
They did it was like partially because Push and Pull is like a very like sexy song, and so they were separated, like they were on the backstage, but they were on, like, one was in the middle and one was on either side. And I think they were on elevated platforms, and each one of them had a selection of backup dancers. And like Jihyo was like doing choreography, like she had like a leather couch that she was like sprawled on. And they were each wearing like a shiny top. Jihyo was wearing purple. One of them was wearing like an aqua color, and one of them was wearing red, I think. And the red one was Sana. She had like a rose, like fluffy, like very 80s, like 80s prom, you know, with the like ruffles and such built into something. And I feel like Dahyun's had like maybe a really big bow or something like that. And then like black, and then all the backup dancers were wearing black. And so they would do like, Jihyo would like do a like sexy dance on the couch with her backup dancers during her verse, and then like Dahyun was like standing or whatever. Each one of them was doing like a little different something, and then they came together eventually.
Okay.
And then Hello happened, and then 132.
Okay. So then random play dance with the audience. Then I wrote that it was 10 p.m. And I don't know why I wrote this down. I don't know if somebody said it or if it was in a VCR or what, but I wrote, we completed the heart together.
Oh, I think it was because before the unit stages, they did like the audience participation was like mission 1.
Oh, right.
And then
so that was completing the mission.
So then the dance one was mission 2. And then it was like, we did it. We completed the missions. We completed the part.
Okay. So it's 10 o'clock. Now they come out in different arrangements of jeans or shorts and different twice tour shirts or hoodies, cut up or worn crooked or like just worn as a tube top or whatever.
But
very
so
many
stylishly.
variations.
Like so many every single one of them is dressed differently. And this is the like iconic encore stage tour outfits look that literally everybody does, but theirs was by far the most stylish I've ever seen. The way that Chaeyeon had her hoodie cut, I want that hoodie. I looked at the merch table, they didn't have that specific hoodie because it has the eyes wide open picture of them like standing like beautifully in their like high boot like suit looks, and then but it was like all in black and white, and it was enormous, and she just like, and it said like twice huge on the top, and she just like cut it straight up the middle until the little neck, so it like opened but it was still a pull. It looked so cute. I'd never seen anyone cut a hoodie like that, and I was like, these stylists did a great job with these Encore tour outfits.
Super cute. So they sang Candy, and then they did Yes or Yes. Yeah. And the note that I had for Yes or Yes is Jonghyun is here and everyone loves it, because every single time, like as the show went on, the longer that Jonghyun was still on the stage, people were more hyped about it.
Yeah.
So by the end, it was like everyone was so freaking out, because from what I understand, in the first run of this tour, she did not do whole shows.
Yeah, and then like she would, if she came to the show at all, like she would only perform a few of the songs. And at this point, like now they're in their encore outfits, and she has been there the whole time. Like every single song, with the exception of the 2 unit stages that she's not a part of, she was in. So they've all been OT9 this whole time. And every single time like she came on the VCR or like the camera showed her, the crowd went absolutely wild, like so excited that she was there. And so by the time we got to these encore outfits and she had like no sign of leaving anytime soon, we were like losing
Everyone
it.
was so
Everyone in the
happy.
crowd was just like, we're so happy you're here, and she was like mugging for the camera. And there was these, because they were like in their encore outfits, I feel like they were like playing with the camera a lot, and there was a point where I can't remember who it was, somebody like forced Jihyo into a piggyback ride. They like while she was singing, they like picked her up.
Yes.
And yeah, they were just like having fun around around the stage, like jumping around and playing with the audience.
Yeah, it was so cute. So it was time for ending mints, and I like wrote down ending mints so
great.
that I would have something to say. So Jihyo was first, and she said that it was their first ever outdoor concert and that they hoped it would be a great memory. And everybody, and she spoke English for that part. Jonghyun's turn, also in English, and she said, I had a great time because of once, please get home safe. And then she was blowing kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Momo said,
she specifically said mwah,
Mwah.
mwah,
Yes.
mwah every time, and I thought that was so cute.
Momo said, super happy to meet you in this huge venue. And then it was Sana's turn, and she was the only person so far who just did it in Korean. Everyone else had like their little rehearsed English part. But she said, I didn't know we'd be back in LA so soon. The onces are so strong. This was great, and we'll be better next time. Nayeon said, thank you for making us come back here.
Yes.
You're the reason that we do this, and growing as an artist means a lot to me, and I'm looking to grow with my members. And she said, you're my proud, and I hope I make you proud. And it was so cute.
Yeah.
They were so cute.
I honestly, there were a few points in the concert where I got a little bit emotional, and Nayeon's Ment was one of them. Like when she talked about like how growing as an artist was important to her, I was just thinking about like how many years the girls have been together so far, and then like they were toward the end, and like all 9 of them were still standing there on the stage, and like I don't know, I got a little emotional.
Yeah.
There were a few points in the show that I got emotional, and that was one of them.
Mina said, we're back in LA and we're here because of your support, and it's cool to experience new things 6 years after debut. And Dion said, I dreamed of shaking it in LA. Did you have fun? I have something to say. And then she said, life brings pure smiles and memories, and the tears dry and the smile fades, but the memories last forever.
It was so funny because she had said it like so, she recited it so slowly and like so like The smiles fade.
And the memories.
But the memories, like, so slowly, and then it just as soon as she was done, it just, like, she got so cheeky and, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. It was so funny. She was, like, the cutest person on the earth. Like, I could not believe how adorable she was.
Cheon said, I'm so happy for our first outdoor stadium concert. I hope to see you again. You're my energy. Chewy said, when I first heard we'd be performing here, I was so surprised. It's such an honor, and it's all thanks to Once. Thank you for your energy. I hope you get energy from us. And then they all started interrupting each other and being like, I want to say something. I want to say something. And we learned that Cheon was like, my mom is over here. And she was like, Mommy, I love you. And they were all going, Mommy, I love you. Mommy, I love you.
Yes. And then they all like clambered to interrupt each other because a bunch of their
family's here. My mommy's here. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So as soon as Chaeyoung mentioned her mom, everyone else was like, well, my whole family's here, so I want to say hello to them as well. And it was so cute.
And then Daeon said, you know what we do after our last ment? We have to take a picture. And then when they were all walking to the edge of the stage to go take a picture, somebody went, zoom in, zoom out. Everyone was laughing about that. After the picture, they were like, this is the real encore now. And they have a wheel.
Yes.
A wheel of choices. This was the
coolest thing I've ever seen. No other concert we've seen has done this, where they brought out this amazing little like Wheel of Fortune wheel. And
it had like 20 songs on it.
So many songs on it. And they just literally just spun it in order to pick the encore songs. They did cheat a little.
But the first one, it like landed on Sunset and they were like, good, that's Mina's favorite. Let's go. Yeah. So they did that one. And all the encore songs were run around, get in the cameras, do a little choreo, wave it, like it was very encore-y. Then they spun it again and it was Sunset again. So then they were like, let's do TT instead.
Yeah, so they just like kind of moved it a little.
And they did TT and it was great. And everyone was so hype for TT.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, one more spin. Should we just do it by cheer? And then they were like, scream for the song that you want.
Yeah, so they named a few different songs. They didn't go through, I don't think they went through the whole wheel. They just like said a few different options.
And then they chose Touchdown as the final, or the quote, final encore song. Yeah. And I wrote, everyone helps each other with the choreo. I don't know why I wrote that. I don't know what that
because
means.
Touchdown is, this was like the one song of the show that I didn't know already. So it must be very old because literally no one remembered. Like Jihyo and like Momo and like Cheon remembered the choreo. Sana didn't know it at all. Like she was looking at everyone else like, what? And like, I don't remember. So that's why, because like, for these like little encore songs, like you said, they weren't like trying to perform them full out, but they would usually get together or like do the chorus, and no one remembered the choreo for Touchdown, and it was really funny. So they had like a good laugh while they were singing it.
And then it was time they were like, literally really one last song that everyone will like, and we prepared a present for you. Like, should we open it? So they did Dance the Night Away, but like regular Dance the Night Away, and there were fireworks. So like that was the present, was that fireworks. And it was really cute because they all like walked away from the main stage to turn around and like look and back up at the fireworks. And it was so nice.
Yeah, because the fireworks started before the song was over and then they continued afterward. So by the end, it was just like us and Twice like all looking in the same direction, watching the fireworks together. And that was really lovely. And I feel like I maybe got a little bit emotional at that point too. Because the girls were just like standing in line and like with their arms around each other, and like their concert was over. They were watching the fireworks and there were so many of us. It was a nice moment.
Yeah. And then they said, bye-bye, we love you so much. And they turned the lights on and they said, get the hell out.
Yeah, they like all walked down back to the like backstage, and then they like went up onto the platform, and the big LED doors like slowly closed on them. And yeah, for real, it was over.
And the show
and the
was
lights
over.
came on so fast, like immediately. Boom, boom, boom. All the lights back on.
Yeah. And then it was also crazy because, again, I've never been to like a stadium concert like this. All of the like, they had like Disneyland announcements going that were like,
Yeah.
thank you for coming to tonight's Twice concert.
Yeah.
Like, move to the south for the parking lots or whatever. But it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like customized.
When we were
Twice
walking in,
once.
they said, greetings, onces. Welcome to the blah, blah, blah.
Bank of California Stadium.
Yeah.
So that was all just like fun.
Yeah,
And
fun
yeah.
and surreal.
Then it was the end of a concert and 20,000 people all spilled out onto the streets. And
Yeah.
you know how that goes.
But it was fine. I got my street hot dog, and
Yep.
our Uber was not difficult to find us, and we all got out of there unscathed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was
Good,
incredible.
good job. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy that we got tickets to this because I was so bummed that we didn't get them for the first round.
Yeah, we had tried to see them when they were here just a few months ago, and we did not succeed, obviously. So the fact that they did come back, which they mentioned a few times, like,
I didn't think we'd be back.
yeah, like, oh, it's because of you guys that we are back here. And I think it was Dahyun because I feel like made the most concerted effort to speak the most in English.
Oh yeah, she was. I wrote
And-
that she was on one at the
Yeah,
end of
yeah,
it
yeah.
because she was. Like she had that Hoshi energy of like, this is my crowd.
Yes,
and I can say
exactly.
whatever I want, and they're all gonna love it.
And it was so cute because she would just like start. There was obviously points that she had like prepared, like that little ending piece, like she obviously like had memorized. But there were other parts where she was just trying to like speak in English. And I just remember there was a point where she was speaking and she was like, yeah, like to be back here, it's just a really, and then she said something in Korean and then the translator said, big feeling, like the voice
Right,
of
new
God,
feeling.
big feeling. And then Dahyun said, yes, big feeling. And then continued in English. And it was so funny. Like she had asked this like omniscient being
Yeah.
for language help. It was great. It was great.
But yeah, it was so good and fun, and I hope they have fun tonight for the second show. And yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
Great
I don't know
time.
if it'll be, I assume like obviously the encore will be different because they'll be able to spin the wheel and do whatever they want. But it was really cute the way that they just kept being like, no, one more. I want to do one more. Let's do one more though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all seemed like they were having a really good time. They looked great. They sounded great. Jonghyun was there the whole time from start to finish.
What a trooper.
And yeah, it was such a treat. It was just such a treat.
Yeah, I'm so happy we got to do this. Like fun K-pop bucket listy stuff of like a big old stadium show. And
yeah, and this is the biggest name that the biggest K-pop name we've seen for sure, and it was the biggest show period. Like with the exception of festivals I've been to, like the biggest crowd.
yeah, so great time. I hope that it foreshadows good times at Monsta X in a few weeks. Like concerts
Concerts
we're
are
finally back, baby.
Baby.
Well, thanks for listening to this recap. And if you went to these concerts and had a good time, you can tell us about it. And we'll be right back with a random game. All right, we are back. And this week, the random number generator was like, have some more EXO soloists, won't you? And it gave us Suho, our leader Suho, fresh out of the military.
Fresh out of the military and off of a recent solo comeback himself. His most recent release was called Gray Suit. It came out, I think, just a few weeks ago. But birth name Kim Junmyeon, born May 22nd, 1991.
Oh my God, it's about to be his birthday. And the
his
Baekhyun
birthday
one came out like
too.
on Baekhyun's birthday.
Wow. Okay, our random number generator is a
Spooky.
huge XOL, I think, is the conclusion that I'm drawing.
Yeah.
But we've talked about him obviously in the EXO deep dive. He's the leader, but not the oldest member, but he trained for the longest at SM. And yeah, he made his solo debut on March 30th, 2020 with the EP Self Portrait. And then he immediately went to the military. And he recently just got out of the military and had a welcome back out of the military second release, which was called Gray Suit. But before he made his solo debut with his EP, he did do two of my favorite station songs, Dinner and is it Can We Have a Moment?
Do You Have
Do
a
You Have a
Moment?
Moment? Both of these are duets with, I think it's Jane Jung.
Yeah.
And they're just like lovely, beautiful little duets. There's music videos for them too. And I just like, oh man, I love those two releases. So shout out Suho. He's like a vocalist for EXO. I don't know if we mentioned that, but he has a very lovely, like, soft voice.
His voice is so nice. I feel like his voice sounds the most like he has like a clarinet voice. Like it just has this very specific timbre that's like very like warm and very smooth. There's a song on his self-portrait album, another duet called For You Now, that is like, ooh, it's so good. It's so good. His voice is very special. I think it's very special.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? He had another wait, what was the other one that he did? Because for Gray Suit, he released two music videos. One for Gray Suit, which is like a very pretty song, but it's kind of slower. But then he also put out a music video for Hurdle. And Hurdle is so fun. It's so fun. And it's a totally different aesthetic and musical vibe for him. He's wearing like a purple suit and he has kind of like goofy slicked back hair, and the styling of the music video is just like very bright colors, and it's like an office setting that he like goes and like, I don't know, like injects some life into this office setting, I guess, in a sort of standard K-pop MV trope. But the song is super fun. It's so fun. So there's another Suho recommendation.
Yeah. He's just a good, nice boy. And yeah, he's done like musicals and a few random done musicals, drama variety things.
Yeah, he was in a really popular drama called Rich Man.
Oh yeah.
Which is based off of a manga called Rich Man, Poor Woman, I believe. And he played like a sexy rich businessman, and I believe it was a like kind of rom-com show. I remember a lot of people really liked it.
Yeah. I remember that too.
So he has a very handsome, like, I think we call him like a Disney prince face. And yeah, so he's like a good drama boy.
Yeah, the weird thing about Suho, I think, is that at different angles, Suho looks like every single member of EXO. Like he has one of those like weird faces where he looks like everybody.
Yeah.
Kind
or
of,
you can see similarities. In different, like if his hair is a certain way and if he's like looking in a certain way, it is very strange. One of those little chameleon faces.
Yes. But his most popular music video is from that 2020 release, Let's Love, at 13 million views. So if you want to watch that along with us, you can pull it up and press play when I say go.
Yeah, so this would have been his debut.
Yes.
Solo
non-station, actual debut.
His goodbye before the military.
Yes. All right, let's watch Let's Love. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, spotlight chair.
Isn't Let's Love something that they say, something that EXO says?
I think
like
so.
Like EXO, let's love, like EXO, we are one kind of thing.
I think so.
I think it is. All right, so we have Suho sitting. He was sitting in a chair in like what looks like a dilapidated art museum, wearing a gray plaid suit. And then there's another shot of him sitting sadly in a black room with just a spotlight.
Just one light.
He's wearing a blue suit in that one. Now he's walking down a hallway, flashing fluorescent lights.
There's definitely like a whole like a art motif to this album. The album cover is like him painted in 4 different like Van Gogh style.
And it is called Self-Portrait.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, those are the 3 main sets: the museum, the dark room with the swinging light, and the hallway. And it looks lovely.
The song is so nice. I feel like I described it in the 2020 audit or whenever we talked about it when it came out, that like it reminds me of the music that they played in the Bath and Body Works that I worked at in like 2007.
Yeah, I remember you really liked this EP.
I love this EP. I love this EP. It's like, yeah, it's just like very like adult contemporary, like, I don't know. It's just like a vocal album.
Yeah.
Most of the songs are like low key or ballads or yeah. There's no secret dance songs on Self Portrait.
Yeah.
It's like,
And Hurdle seems to be an outlier in the Gray Suit EP. Like the other songs were much more of this vibe.
ooh, smoke and lasers.
Well, this one scene of him with his pushed back hair is nice. His little like parted, and it looks more like reddish. He looks more like Beck with his hair that way.
Yeah, see, he can look like all of them.
Yeah. From far away, it makes him look like triangles.
Oh no, broken glass everywhere.
He's standing on a pathway of broken glass. Broken glass is flying everywhere. He's running down the hallway to the light. He has so many delicate necklaces in this music video. Every single outfit has a pretty little chain.
Oh yes.
It's hard to see there, but it does exist.
Oh, the museum before it was all busted up.
Or after.
Or after it's been fixed, but it's different.
Maybe the museum is a metaphor.
See, and that painting looks like
Looks
Kai.
like Kai, yeah.
Chameleon
I was thinking
face.
the same thing. Suho.
Yay, Suho.
Beautiful.
He's great.
Yeah,
love
such a
him.
pretty voice. I wonder if we'll have to see if the random number generator keeps track of all the EXO birthdays.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because at this point, most of them have done a solo something.
Mm-hmm.
So there is something to, like, they are almost all candidates for the random game.
Yeah. Well, that is it for this week. I mean, I know it's weekly recommendation time, but like, I don't know if I have anything. And there's nothing in the Patreon.
I gave
either.
those 3 Suho recommendations.
Yeah, that's great.
For the Jane Jung duets, which are both very good station songs, and Hurdle, which is like a fun, I'm not gonna call it disco because maybe I can't like remember it off the top of my head and my brain is melted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Those are my recommendations, I guess.
Those are fine. I think those are fine. And I still say the self-portrait album is perfect. So
There you go. Listen
Why
to
not?
some Suho.
just listen to Suho. Or you can
Or
watch
some Twice.
Yeah, and you can watch Suho was on Amazing Saturday recently.
Yes.
With Onu and Eunhyuk.
Eunhyuk.
And
Yeah, it was a really fun SM family
really
episode
fun SM family
because
episode.
Key and Taeyeon are permanent cast members. So that meant that there were 5 SM artists at the table, and it was really fun.
It was super fun.
And Eunhyuk like was just there. Like Onu was promoting Dice and Suho was promoting Gray Suit, and then Eunhyuk, they were like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Nothing.
I'm just here."
I think the person who introduced him was like, "And he is promoting nothing.
Yeah.
He's just here.
He's just here." But it was really funny and good.
It was really fun. It was really fun.
But that's it. We need to take naps. So if you want to tell us about your time at the Twice concert, if you went or whatever, or say anything at all, you can find us at AMAKPopPod on Twitter and Instagram, AMAKPopPod@gmail.com for emails. 181-AMA-KPOP-5 to leave a voicemail or send a text. P.O. Box 26096, Los Angeles, California 90026 for mail. Patreon.com/AMAKPOPpod. Bonus video episodes, weekly Queendom recaps, all kinds of fun things. Linktree/AMAKPOP take you to our Discord, our YouTube, our Spotify, and all of those things. And we'll be back next week, hopefully rested and alive after this long
We'll see. It will take several days of recovery and recuperation. Shout out to all the people who are at K-pop Flex right now.
Yeah, oh my God.
In Germany, so exciting. And yeah, I hope you guys are having such a fun time and getting home safely. And bye.
And yay, K-pop concerts. Goodbye.
Good luck with your own recuperation.
Jonghyun, you're our inspiration.